Legion of Skanks lost their YouTube channel. So I guess they're back to being skanky. All right, 10 more minutes. Oh, Bob's gigs tonight. I've been trolling it all day. What I got? What? Why not? I got nothing better to do. I literally don't. God damn it! I didn't. Oh yeah, here it is.
Spots. And yes, I was bumping some people, but bumped by you. I've been bumped. So I would come in and do spots. And yes, I was bumping some people, but it's like that's the rite of passage type shit that I thought. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But again, because it's me, and because I used to hang out with everybody. Everybody's like, "Oh well, why are you doing?" It was such a big noise. I mean, to Bill Burr and Neil Brennan going like, "Yeah, she should call. What the fuck? She should call." And I'm like, motherfuckers, like it's kind of an advantage that I'm coming through. Yeah, like, yeah. Do you say that to Chris Rock? Do you say that to Dave Chappelle? Like, no, for real. Like, I'm not saying that I'm those people, but it's not like some raggedy ass bitch coming through and doing some bullshit ass jokes. Yeah. It was your time. And I was funny. Bumped by you. I've been bumped. So I would come in and do spots. And yes, I was bumping.
Isn't that crazy? That's all she said. Yeah, and Chris Rock and you know, people did get excited when Leslie Jones used to go to the cellar, but like, it's over. It's over. So I don't know what she's talking about. I think she's talking about when she was still like the supermarket lady and she had shit going on TV or whatever. But you know, and in a comedy club crowd, Leslie Jones is famous, but that's it. I mean, she ain't making no money. I mean, she might have to move in with Gino. She ain't making no money. She ain't making no money. So the bottom line is, I'll say this: when somebody bumps you, for the most part, you don't really care unless you're running somewhere else. But like, if you get bumped in the cellar and you say, you know, I'm going to miss a spot somewhere else, they still pay you. So the cellar, you know, I don't know what the other clubs do, but most of the bumping happens at the cellar. So if you get bumped, they still pay you. If you got to go, they still pay you. Like that's just the way it is. So that's why they're, you know, if you get bumped at the cellar, you really don't care. If you get bumped at a comedy store, LA club, you know, it probably happens a lot. But I think for the most part, people put in at the comedy store. You know, when I used to look at it, somebody used to post their lineups, and their lineups were good, and it just seemed like they would have some guest spots available. So if someone come in, you know, they wouldn't fuck up the schedule totally. So, but Leslie Jones is delusional because she thinks, first of all, she's not funny. I've said this from the beginning. Even when she was like getting hot in New York and getting SNL or about to get SNL, I would watch. I was surprised at how bad she was at stand-up comedy. Because that, again, on SNL, they never needed her to carry the show or be funny. They just needed her to be like big and loud. And that's what she did. She did Weekend Update. I never watched, but you know, if I saw her, people would be like, "Oh, you know, she's on flirting with Colin Jost or whatever," which is hack. So that's what she would do. She would come on, be loud, be the big black loud lady, like the equivalent of the big black loud lady on the bus. If you take a bus or you take a Greyhound, you take a city bus or you take the train, it's like, oh, the black lady's yelling. So that's what Leslie Jones was. But she wasn't funny. I mean, the people watching SNL would think she's funny, but because she's playing a role, but as herself, she's not funny. So she wants to come in and bump everybody and go like, you know what, and she'll be like, oh, you guys are mad at me because I'm black or because I'm a woman. It's like, that's not really it. That's just not the way it goes. Like if you bump people, and you're, you know, and you're bumping people just to bump them to fucking throw your weight around, be like, hey man, I can bump people now. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you know, even like when Louis came back, he would get on the schedule because it's like the club would rather you put in because then they know what's happening. You know, they don't want to be like, right? The club wants to know in advance. So Louis would give fake names. Chris Rock wouldn't. Dave Chappelle wouldn't. But even Dave Chappelle does it now. I think when he goes on the stand, you know, they're always promote the smoker, whatever they call him, a nickname for him, the goat, the smoking goat. You know, they'll basically, I think he tells them that he's coming because it's just easier if everybody knows you're coming. And then at the stand, they can charge more when Chappelle's coming, and Chappelle can make more money. So Chappelle can say, I'm coming to the stand, 10 o'clock show on a Tuesday, and they'll say, you know, he's the goat. The goat's coming, and that's what's happening. So that's how it goes. So Leslie Jones trying to be like, hey, I'm a star now, I'm big now, and everyone's like, huh.